How does a hydrogen breath test diagnose SIBO? Imagine your gut as a busy city with many tiny bacteria working to keep everything running smoothly. Now, picture what happens when too many bacteria settle in the wrong neighborhood. That's what small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, or SIBO, is all about. To find out if this is happening, doctors use a special test called a hydrogen breath test. Here's how it works. You start by drinking a solution made from sugar, usually glucose or lactulose. These sugars are normally absorbed in the small intestine before bacteria get a chance to ferment them. But if there are too many bacteria in the small intestine, they start breaking down the sugars too early. When bacteria ferment sugars, they produce gases like hydrogen and sometimes methane. During the test, you breathe into a device that measures the amount of these gases in your breath. The device takes samples at regular intervals over about 2 hours. If the gases increase quickly, especially within the first 90 minutes, it shows bacteria are fermenting sugars in the small intestine. That's a sign of SIBO. Sometimes, bacteria produce methane instead of hydrogen. So, the test can also measure methane levels. Elevated methane can point to a related condition called methanogen overgrowth. This is important because it helps doctors understand the specific type of bacterial imbalance you might have. The test is simple and non-invasive. You can do it in a clinic or sometimes at home with the right equipment. Before the test, you need to avoid certain foods, drinks, and antibiotics to get accurate results. Usually, the test takes about 2 hours, and you can return to your normal activities afterward. This test is especially helpful for people with digestive issues like Irritable Bowel Syndrome or Colitis. These conditions often cause symptoms like bloating, gas, diarrhea, and stomach pain. If bacteria are overgrown in the small intestine, they can make these symptoms worse. Knowing if SIBO is part of the problem helps doctors decide on the best treatment, which might include antibiotics or other therapies. In short, the hydrogen breath test works by measuring early rises in hydrogen or methane gases after you drink sugar. These gases are signs that bacteria are fermenting sugars in the small intestine, which points to SIBO. It's a practical way to check for bacterial overgrowth and guide effective treatment for digestive concerns.